This stock went up like a rocket in 2020 and 2021, 1,500%. Then it declined 93%, and now it's going up again. And I believe this is the beginning of another huge up because of this and this. The media is exploding over this company. I already made a video about this company, and since then, the stock is up almost 60%. I strongly suggest that you pay attention to this company, because if you understand why the media is talking about it, you will understand why the stock has a chance to go up 10x or more from the current levels. My name is Mariusz Konieczny, and I've been investing in the stock market full-time for 16 years. I'm also the author of 11 books on investing and the founder of microcapexplosions.com. I'm a value investor, which means that I like to get more for my money than the price that I'm paying. In other words, price is what you pay, value is what you get. It is truly unbelievable how much value you are getting for your money when buying shares of Oracle Resource Corp. The value per share is approximately $10, while the stock price is only 28 cents. That's 35 times your money.
Are you serious? I don't believe you. Continue.
Here's the exact math to prove it. Oracle owns 85.5% of a project called Santa Tomas Copper Project that has an NPV, or net present value, of more than $3 billion with the current copper prices. Meanwhile, the market cap of the company is only approximately $70 million. When I show this discrepancy to other investors, they usually tell me that's impossible. There must be something wrong with this project. They are kind of right. There was something wrong with the project until this and this happened last week. Before this, Mexico was viewed as a problematic jurisdiction for mining projects like Santa Tomas. You see, a project like Santa Tomas is an open pit project. In simple terms, you dig a hole in the ground and you extract the metal that you want to sell. Well, over the years, the Mexican politicians were making a lot of noise about banning open pit mining, even though
there is no ban on open pit mining on concessions that are already established.
There is no ban on open pit mining in Mexico. This caused many investors to stay away and even sell stocks like Oracle Resource Corp. They would say it doesn't matter if the project is worth $1 billion, $3 billion, or $10 billion if it will never get a mining permit. Therefore, the project is practically worth zero. That's mostly why the stock price of Oracle went down 93% from the peak. But if the project is permitted, suddenly a $70 million market cap for a company with a $3 billion project doesn't make any sense, and Oracle's stock will have to skyrocket. 2 weeks ago, Mario Zamora, a deputy to the Mexican Federal Congress, traveled from Mexico to Canada, which is where Oracle is headquartered, to discuss how to progress the Santa Tomas Copper Project.
Aquí estamos hoy en Vancouver. Estoy con el señor Craig, un importante inversionista que está muy interesado en llevar inversión a Sinaloa.
Here's what the chairman of Oracle told me about the meeting with Mario Zamora.
As soon as we met in Vancouver, his concern that the Santo Tomas project was literally too good to be true.
Here's what Mario Zamora told me about the project.
Why do you like this project? What makes this project so special?
First of all, because in the place that the project is. As I told you, Choice is the more undeveloped municipality in the state. So we need this kind of projects so that people can have different opportunities. Let me tell you something. Right now, as we speak, in Choice, in the whole municipality, there's only 800 formal jobs in the whole municipality. So this project, once it's gonna be a reality, they're gonna get 800 or 900, even 1,000 formal jobs once the project is released. So it's the difference for a lot of people, for many families, for a whole region in favor of having better opportunities in their families.
Because of the successful talks in Canada, Oracle was invited for meetings in Mexico with top Mexican politicians.
When he left Vancouver, he said he would try to put together meetings within the next 2 or 3 weeks. And he basically wanted us to be on standby on that basis. He came back 2 days later and told us he had meetings arranged for the following week. 7 days later. It could have been 8. But the bottom line is it was an incredibly quick scheduling of a number of critical meetings, which told us right away how seriously he was being taken by the various levels of government.
On March 26, 2025, Oracle issued a press release stating that these meetings have exceeded all of our expectations regarding the support of the Mexican federal government for the advancement of the Santa Tomas project.
The meeting with Luis and his supporting staff lasted for about, I'd say, well over an hour. They would not stop, literally, expressing their support for the project.
But it also seems to me that they are putting Santa Tomas on the preferred list.
I haven't got this specific decree as such as yet, but we are told that we're being put on a registry of preferred projects. Yes, that statement was made to us during the meeting with the federal officials.
In fact, these meetings went so well that Mario Zamora told me that the permit uncertainty practically went to zero.
Let me tell you something. I think this week that uncertainty came next to zero. After the meeting with the federal government and the state government, both are very committed to get this work done, to get this project done. We are very interested because of what you say. It's good for the company, but mainly it's very good for the region, for the people, for the community. It doesn't have any important issues in the part of the environment, so it's a win-win game.
As a result, the Mexican media started exploding with articles about these meetings. Let's take a look at this article that I translated from Spanish to English. Mexicans are excited about the Santa Tomas copper project because this is an opportunity to create jobs and develop communities. With a total projected investment of $1.5 billion, the project is expected to boost job creation and economic growth in the region. As you can see, Mexico wants this project to succeed for job creation, government income, and foreign investment. This is a massive catalyst for unlocking the $3 billion worth of value of the Santa Tomas copper project and closing the gap between the stock price and the value of the project. If you like this video so far, I urge you to subscribe to this channel, click on the notification button, and like the video. This helps out the channel a lot. What's next? I believe that the stock price of Oracle will continue going up as more and more investors learn about Oracle's huge undervaluation and, of course, most importantly, how much Mexico supports this project. With that being said, the end game is to sell the Santa Tomas copper project to a big mining company or a mining developer for NPV or a percentage of NPV. For example, like 50% of NPV. You see, mining is an interesting business. It is an industry where mining companies produce themselves out of business because a mine is a depleting asset. Once completely mined out, there's nothing left to mine or sell. Consequently, mining companies have to constantly replenish the resources of the metals that they produce, whether it is gold, silver, or copper. And they can replenish the resources either through drilling or acquiring. Copper specifically faces dire supply and demand characteristics. The mining industry has not invested enough money over the last 2 decades to find new copper deposits.
These guys have underinvested, and they know they've underinvested for 25 years.
The existing mines are very old.
I'll make fun of myself. I'm a metaphor for the copper industry. I'm 71 years of age, fat, bald, past my prime, and that's what the copper mines look like around the world. Bingham Canyon, 160, it's older than me, 160 years of age. Chuquicamata, 115 years of age. El Teniente, 100 years of age. Even the youngsters, like Escondida, 45.
The supply is restrained.
I think the supply side is, it's attractive to the point it's grotesque.
All this while the demand for copper keeps growing with increasing population, electric cars, which by the way need 3 to 5 times as much copper as regular cars, and AI, of course. That's why many analysts are predicting that copper prices will continue to go up.
I'm very bullish on copper this year. Copper, by the way, is my top pick for 2025.
This supply and demand dynamics is amazing for a project like Santa Tomas because the project's value is sensitive to the price of copper. For example, when Oracle released its PEA, Preliminary Economic Assessment, the project's after-tax NPV was $1 $1.5 billion. However, at that time, the price of copper was only $4 per pound. Today, the price of copper is 30% higher. This means that Santa Tomas has an NPV of more than $3 billion. When can we expect a major mining company to acquire Oracle for its Santa Tomas copper project? Well, now, with more clarity about Mexico and the overwhelming support for the project, this could happen any day. Or it might happen in a year or two from now. We don't know. But what we do know is that the government is on board and it wants things to move as quickly as possible.
The only thing we want is that you can start as soon as possible. I'm very confident that this project is going to change the history in a good way of this region.
Look, the bottom line is this. Copper is hot. Supply is restrained while demand continues to go up. Major mining companies do not really have a choice. They have to acquire copper assets or they go out of business in a few years. If they acquired Santa Tomas today, the NPV is $3 billion. If they wait and copper goes up another 50 or 100%, then the NPV of Santa Tomas will probably go up to something like $10 billion. If majors were smart, they would acquire it today. But why buy it now if you can pay more later? Thank you for watching.